If you clicked on this video, chances are you're in your 20s and are feeling lost in a world that's telling everyone they need to have it figured out in order to niche down and build a personal brand. And I'm here to tell you that in order to be your happiest and live your 20s to the fullest, you need to throw away that convention. Hi, my name is Mia. Welcome to my channel, all about thriving in your 20s through health, wellness, and purpose. I've made myself a matcha. And let's get chatting about today's topic. I feel like from society, there is a lot of pressure on everyone to pick one thing and stick with it. Whether this be a job, a life path, an identity, or even increasingly an aesthetic. We are told to be one thing and one thing only. And I think in society, a lot of this comes from fear. Change is scary. It's a lot safer and a lot more comfortable to be the person you always have been. Whenever you welcome change into your life, there is so much risk involved. You risk losing relatability with the people around you. You risk failure, rejection. So a lot of us end up being what we always have been and never changing. I think in such a limitless world with unlimited possibility, you are doing yourself a major disservice to not grow and experiment. In your 20s, you're still evolving. Your 20s are literally designed for exploration. You could be at uni making new friends, studying new subjects, or you could be working full-time and gaining experience and learning life lessons. Whatever you spend your 20s doing, at the end of the day, it's all about exploration and trying new things. Your 20s are not about cementing a life path and sticking at it if that's not what you're ready to do. Your brain isn't even really fully developed until you're 25. So how could you possibly know who you're going to be for the rest of your life at such a young age? It's so important to take this time to play around with your interests and to go on those detours, because that is what is going to build that self-awareness and help you form into the person that is the most authentic to you, even if that progress does not look linear. Your 20s are a moving, ever-changing story. Don't feel the pressure to know the end of your story while you're still working on chapter 1. A lot of us in our 20s are so multi-passionate, but this can cause a lot of anxiety for us. And something I see being talked about a lot online is the fig tree analogy by Sylvia Plath. The fig tree analogy is a metaphorical comparison that uses a fig tree to represent the abundance of choices and potential futures in life. The analogy highlights the sheer overwhelm of having so many choices and the fear that by choosing one, you have to give up on the others. And this applies to our passions as well. We are often told by society we should have one passion and one thing that we're good at and stick with that, but you're allowed to be interested in multiple things at once. And it is actually your blend of passions that make you unique. So you're allowed to be into health and fitness and finance and fashion, whatever you desire. If your life is a fig tree, just allow yourself to harvest as much fruit as you possibly can. A lot of people cite Emma Chamberlain as a role model, and she started out vlogging her life, and then she transformed it into a fashion career and a business opportunity with her coffee company. She is a perfect example of how you can pursue all your passions. You just gotta give yourself time. And I think a great way to look at it is if you view your life in seasons. There are going to be seasons where you're going to be more focused on one thing versus another. So maybe this current season is all about you working on your health. And maybe the next season of your life is going to be moving abroad and learning a new language. I am truly a believer that you can have it all, but you don't have to have it all at once. You have your whole life to enjoy all your passions. Also, it's perfectly acceptable if your niche is just you. Think about the people you follow online, your favorite influencers, your favorite celebrities. You don't follow them for their hyper-specific niche, for example, being an Aussie gym girl, because there are plenty of them. You follow people online because of their personalities and their own unique spin on things. And if we're talking real life, your career and your life path, it's going to be non-linear. Some of the most prolific, successful people have had major ups and downs in their lives, complete career changes. And we don't look at them as failures. We look at them as sharp-minded, curious people who had the courage to change when they know they needed to. If you rarely want to brand yourself in your 20s, why don't you make your brand figuring it out? Why don't you make your brand experimenting with different hobbies and different friend groups? If you need to have a brand, that brand needs to be true to you. So if not knowing is you, then not knowing is your brand. I am a firm believer in your 20s, you need to try as many things as possible. Yes, to find out what you like, but more importantly, to find out what you don't. For example, you might try content creation. You could try DJing, working in marketing, getting into your fitness, studying a degree, which I'm going to start in September. And these are all the things you should be doing. If you are unsure if you would like something, go for it. Do it, try it out. Because even if you don't stick with a particular skill, passion, or hobby, what you learn from it, the people you meet, the skills, the connection, and the confidence, that is going to help you refine your dream life and understand who you really want to be. Something that's not spoken about enough is how niching down too soon can actually just lead to burnout. Because if you keep boxing yourself in and sticking to it when you don't want to, you might wake up a few years down the line and feel trapped in the life you have created for yourself. When you stay open to new things and are constantly realigning yourself with your ever-changing values, this keeps things in your 20s fun and exciting, but most importantly, sustainable. So if you're watching this trying to figure out your personal brand, just know that you can build an audience or a life you want with the people you love, with the community you're after, without having a niche. The thing people love the most is not a perfectly manufactured brand, so perfect to the point it feels inauthentic. What people love is they love seeing a real person build their story, and they love seeing a real person figure it out in real time. Being in your 20s and figuring it out, that in itself is a brand. That in itself is a story. And storytelling is at the heart of every brand. So instead of wondering, what is my niche? Let's shift the focus towards asking ourselves, what is the theme and the intention behind what I share? Your 20s, they are a soft launch. It's all about failing, experimenting, trying again, and most importantly, ever constant reinvention. I really hope you enjoyed this video and that this might have given you a little bit of help, and that this has given you a little bit of reassurance that you don't have to have it figured out in your 20s, and that not knowing can be your superpower. I'll catch you in the next video, but until then, big kisses. Mwah.